On this episode of Geeks Garage, I'm installing this 4-inch Fender well intake from PCM of North Carolina into my Trailblazer SS. Hope you guys enjoy. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to be installing a new intake system on the Trailblazer. Current setup is a PCM of North Carolina 4-inch intake, which has an LS7 mass airflow sensor. This one, kind of retained the factory look, and I kind of got it for, it wasn't that expensive compared to the new one. Though I think I should have opted for the other one at the beginning, but hindsight. So this intake was rated for, I believe, 5 to 15 horsepower, and the new one is claimed to be 12 to 25. So we're automatically getting an upgrade in airflow right there. So, and PCM offers quite a few different intakes. They offer you this setup, which comes with a Canon air filter. You can actually just buy the tube with the LS7 master flow sensor. They sell some of the cold air induction system, air raid system, I believe the Volant system. And on their Fender well intake, you can get the one-piece tube like I bought, or you can get a DIY kit, as they call it, which has several of these silicone rubber couplers and sections of piping, I guess, to adjust to how you want it to sit in there. But I opted for the one piece so I could have it powder coated and make it look nice. Also, with my kit, I got the optional windshield washer relocation kit, because this one, obviously, since I'm going to be drilling a hole through my fender, and that windshield washer tank is right in the way, can't use it. So they give me a new setup they'll sit over here, and that works. So let me show you what I got. Okay, so we have our intake tube, which we have powder coated, which has an LS7 mass airflow sensor. Generally, when you buy this, it comes with an LS7 mass airflow sensor, but since I already had one, I just had them price me one without it, so that worked out. Throttle body coupler, our tube from the intake to the valve cover. This corrugated tubing is for around the cutout in the fender, that way you're not scratching the tube. Clamps. This tube is actually for the windshield washer tank, and this is actually going to get cut up into several pieces according to the instructions. It's the new windshield washer tank. This is the mounting bracket for it, and miscellaneous parts for the windshield washer tank, and then our air filter and our instructions. And also in the instructions, it includes a template for where you want to drill your hole. So we'll give this a try and go from there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and disassembling everything. I'm just going to do a kind of a time lapse on that, because I don't think you need to really watch me going slow motion. So I'll just go ahead and do a time lapse of me taking everything apart, and then we'll see where we're at. All right, so here's a comparison between the two intakes. So I got to transfer the LS7 master airflow sensor to this one. But I mean, that one worked really well for the past few years, but it was just time to upgrade. So all right, let's go ahead and get the washer tank out and get ready to drill a massive hole. All right, get the windshield washer tank out. I'm kind of thinking I might want to go ahead and just clean this up a bit. You know, I'm going to be sawing through and getting metal shavings everywhere, but I think I want to go ahead and get this thing cleaned up a bit while I don't have the air filter right there. Just got to watch out for the electronics here. I think I need a new isolator there. Sorry. So I think I'll go ahead and get this washed up a bit, and then we'll get ready to drill the hole about here, I believe. Like I said, we have a template to put on there. So let's get this cleaned up. Though I may end up having to come back and paint this thing, but if I do, that's fine. So let's get ahead and get this thing washed up so it actually looks nicer, because then I'm not having to scrub around dirt and everything. So all right, okay, so we have that all washed up. Looks a lot better. So after getting done, I think I'm probably going to go ahead and paint this at some point. I would today, but I got other things going on, so I'll come back here at some point, get this all scuffed up, paint it. Maybe when I pull that, because that does have a little bit of a leak. I'm going to do another episode on replacing that. And it's going to be a lot easier to replace that now with the washer tank out, because you actually got to unbolt this bolt, which also holds the washer tank down and holds that down. So do that. So, and for PCM, they give you a nice little template. So now I gotta get this line. So I get this thing lined up. Okay. So, oh boy. Okay. For some reason I was thinking I was going to be more over here, but so we got this is hole, and stud. So we got to get that line up on that, and then I think I'm probably going to have to pull that out. Yeah, let's go ahead. All right, I'll get that pulled and we'll get this lined up, and this will be fun. This is always kind of the nerve-wracking point for some people like me. It's like, oh, now I gotta drill a big hole in my vehicle. So, all right, let's get this done. All right, let's go ahead and dig the pile hole. Okay. Now we have a big hole. Whew. Maybe I should have waited to wash this thing. Okay. Woo. Alright, I am going to take some touch-up paint to the edges for rust purposes, but for the moment I just want to start test fitting. Oh, I should give you a little more than you need. Trim that down. Go with that one. There we go. See if that fits, and see if we need to do any extra trimming around this. Bam. All right. I think what I may end up doing is getting some rubber hose to actually go around that, maybe help fill that a bit more. And I have a feeling that's gonna, you want that thing locked down there. Well, I think I'd still want a rubber hose around that. So, okay. So, cool beans. All right, so. Let me go through some of the other stuff here real quick, and then we'll get the washer tank done, get that all hooked up. I do have to, this was from my 4-inch intake, oh, sorry, from the old one. There wasn't a tube going for the intake, so I'm gonna plug a new hose into there. And cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So I was having problems getting the new filter on. It just seems like so big to fit in that area underneath there. I tried filming a bit, but since I was having such a hard time, I decided to stop filming so I could figure this out. So there's not really a whole lot of room on the edge there. So I was like, wow, much. So since I had the other filter from the old intake, see if I can get that going on, because since there's such a lip here, and the ring, let's see, I could push the ring up maybe to get a better seat on that, see if that would work. But it just seems like the further I had it down, when I tighten it, it would just slip off. All right, I'll try that one more time. And if not, then we'll try the other one. All right, so that was fun. What I ended up doing was pulling the wheel off, pulling the inner fender back so I could get the filter pushed up enough, having enough leverage to actually see what I was doing, and then pushing the worm gear clamp higher up on it, so I had enough purchase on there, and was making sure it wasn't going to come off. So that's all in. So now need to hook up that vacuum tube and the intake tube, and need to put in the LS7 mass airflow sensor. And then tomorrow I'm probably going to do the windshield washer tank, because it looks like it's possibly going to rain, because I can hear thunder in the distance. So get all this squared away. The only thing I don't like is the fact that that rests right there on that intake tube, which means you could heat up the inlet temp there. So, all right, you go ahead and get this squared away. We'll go from there. Sorry, I forgot to turn my camera on. All right, those are secure. That's on. I need to swap the LS7 mass airflow sensors. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's make sure this. I'll reroute. There we go. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and get this thing started up. Make sure it starts. there you go. So that completes the intake install. Like I said, I still need to do the windshield washer tank. I'm gonna try to do that tomorrow morning. I have some things I need to do this evening. So, but the windshield washer tank will actually sit. Sorry, the windshield washer tank will actually sit right over here. Bracket attaches to this and something else over here. So we'll get that done because I can live without the windshield washers for the moment. So the only thing, like I said, I'll need to keep an eye on is the fact that tube is right up against the intake tube. But I don't really have too much more play in this thing. So it is what it is. But I'll say this does look a heck of a lot better. So, alright. I'll come back to you guys hopefully here in a bit. If not, then there'll be a part 2. Good morning, everyone. So it's the next day. I've decided I'm going to hold off until next week's episode for the fender washer for the windshield washer relocation piece of this install. Mainly due to I have to leave to go out of town here in a couple hours, and it's 9:30 in the morning right now, and it's already in the 80s and hot and humid. So it'd be uncomfortable, but I know that's just an excuse. So I'm gonna hold off on that until next week. But you know, I went by some friends last night. They really liked the way this new intake looked. I said the filter was a bit of a pain. You can kind of see it right there. So I like it. So far the truck seems to like it better than the other one, but you know, I still need to get, you know, have the tune checked just to make sure everything's good to go on it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them below. And if it's your first time stopping by the channel, please subscribe. Thank you and have a great day.